I'm Rick Daly here with Daly Black, and I want to talk to you about some insurance issues. The first one that I want to talk to you about is myths about suing insurance companies. And these are things that we commonly hear that are false and that prevent people from actually getting help so they can get their insurance claims fully paid. So the first one is that you have to have money to pay the attorney's fees in order to file a claim. That's just not true, okay? So most of the attorneys who do this type of work throughout the country do these things on a contingent basis. And so what that means is that at no point in time will you ever have to come out of pocket to pay either attorney's fees or expenses. We take the case and we handle it from A to Z, and we only get paid if and when we settle the case or try the case and win it. In virtually every state where there's a bad faith statute, and those are the ones in which we practice, you're entitled to recover your attorney's fees. So what we aim for is trying to get your damages paid 100%, in other words, 100% of what you should have been paid in the first place, and then your attorney's fees on top of that. And so that's why you don't ever have to come out of pocket. In the rare event that we lose, so rare that to date there haven't been any, you don't have to even reimburse those expenses. Okay, so that's myth number one. Myth number two is that if you file a lawsuit against your insurance company, then they're going to cancel your insurance policy. Not true, okay? At least they're not supposed to. Every state has a Department of Insurance, and those departments prohibit insurance companies from canceling your policy simply because you made a claim that they did not pay and then you filed suit. It's not like car insurance where when you have 4 and 5 and 6 wrecks in a row, then they can cancel your policy because you're a dangerous driver. You have nothing to do with the weather. You can't control the weather, you can't control hurricanes, you can't control hail, you can't control tornadoes. So if your property is damaged, that's not your fault. Okay, so no matter how many claims you have or how many times you sue the insurance company, they're not supposed to cancel you, and there are statutes that prohibit that. The third thing is, the insurance company is trying to do the right thing, and they're going to send somebody out to do a second inspection or a third inspection, or perhaps they're going to send an engineer out, and I think that then they'll be reasonable and that claim will be covered. I've been doing this 23 years, okay? I'm still waiting on that first engineer to come out on behalf of the insurance company and say, yes, that claim is fully covered and those damages need to be paid by the insurance company, okay? They're paid by the insurance companies to make things up. And that's just as simple as it gets, okay? When they're sending out a second inspector and a third inspector and an engineer, all they're doing is trying to delay things so that hopefully you'll get sick of the process and go away, all right? So that's myth number 3. The last myth is that it will take too much time. Look, granted, it does take time when an attorney gets involved to get these cases resolved, but you have to understand why. And it goes back to what insurance companies are actually trying to do, okay? They're taught from the corporate level all the way down that the longer they delay payment in a claim, the more likelihood it's going to be that the insured is going to just simply go away, okay? So the more hoops they make you jump through, the harder they make it on you, the bigger hassle they make it, and the longer it takes, the more likely you are to go away. That doesn't stop when an attorney gets involved. But here's what happens when an attorney gets involved. It's the only way that you ever have the possibility of getting made 100% whole. The reason for that is because when an attorney is involved and a lawsuit is filed, they have to pay you your full damages plus your attorney's fees, and in many cases interest, and also in many cases, if you actually go to trial, treble damages, okay? And so you have leverage when you get an attorney that you don't have anywhere else. And you can't hire a public adjuster and have the insurance company pay your public adjuster's fees because no state provides for that in their laws. You can't do it yourself and have them pay you 100 cents on the dollar because they have no incentive to do that. They just want you to go away. So it does sometimes take a little longer, but when you hire a good law firm who's willing to take a case to trial, they know that the longer that they drag it on, the more attorney's fees they're going to have to pay. So that's myth number 4.